What do you do when people fuck you over? Especially people that you trust, people that you care about, and then they do you dirty. What do you do? How do you handle it? We're going to talk about that today. And you might notice if you've seen my videos before, I'm in a slightly different location. I want to be comfortable. It's a chilly day here. I've got my heated blanket. I'm on my couch just chilling with Archie. This is my dog, Archie. He was 15 and he just passed away on my birthday last week. And so I have this Archie pillow that I hug and hold every day. And I miss Archie. And I have my other dog, Cooper. He's going to be 3 in May. He's a golden retriever. He's sitting right on the couch over there, sleeping right on the couch over there. But we're going to be talking today about the trauma that results from when people just fuck you over, especially people that you trust, people that you're supposed to count on, and they just don't fulfill on what their promises were to you. In case you're new to me, welcome to the conversation. I'm Dan Candell. I'm known worldwide as the anxiety relief guy. It's my job to help you unfuck your mind and uplift your life. I specialize in working with people who have high functioning anxiety and help them get out of their head and into their life. If you're not new to me, welcome back. It's great to have you back as part of the conversation. So, you, I'm sure, like me, have had a lot of people fuck you over before, and they do you dirty. And these are people that you trust. These are people that you count on, and it makes you lose trust in yourself, and it makes you lose trust in other people. And it makes you question things. It makes you doubt yourself, and it makes you kind of go back and say, like, where the hell did I go wrong? And sometimes we're like, I should have seen it. I should have seen the problem. And then we'll make the same mistake over again. And we'll wonder, like, why does this keep happening to me? And we ask that question to ourselves, and then it happens again. Then it keeps happening. And sometimes we don't see the red flags until it's too late, and until after they've already messed with us, and after they already took advantage of us, after they already did us dirty. And we don't see those red flags because sometimes there's not red flags there to see until it's too late. I totally understand that. And this can cause a significant amount of trauma, and it can really hold us back. And this is like adult trauma. I'm not talking about childhood trauma. This is adult trauma that happens in our adult lives. And someone said something very powerful, very triggering to me the other day. He said, Dan, for the people you included, if you're constantly putting out fires in your life or in your business, he goes, you are the arsonist. Stop it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so true. So I'm going to take you through a little bit of the journey of that, I'll say, of how I've been burnt out, how I've been burnt, and how I've been messed with by other coaches, people who have worked for me before, people that I've hired to help me. And what they did is they really just bent me over and did some not nice things to me. Sorry, that's a graphic image. Wipe that out of your mind. Forget I said that. I'm not going to delete that or edit it out of the video. Just forget I said that. So when you're in business like I am, and you have a certain level of success, it sometimes takes money to make money. So then you start to invest in other things that help you be successful. But sometimes you invest in things that were not the right fit for you, and people are out there just take your money. So I joined this one coaching program, and the promise was to really blow your business up and make business easier for you and teach you systems, SOPs, KPIs. They gave you the exact systems. It's like plug and play. And you're like, how can I not be successful with this? It was a very expensive program. It was about $40,000 that I invested into this program. And they were guiding me through this process, and I went to their live events and everything like that. And it was really great. I really loved the people who were there at the live events. But the way they were teaching me to build my business made me miserable, anxious, depressed, and not the way that I wanted to do it. So after I signed up for this program, I learned it was not the right fit for me, because they tried to, their way of getting you to build your business was to hire all these team members, so that way you're no longer doing what you love. Instead, you're managing your team, and which pulls you away from doing the things that you love. And I don't want to manage a team. So I had at one time a team of 12 people that were all working for me. But what happened is I felt like I was working for them. And it's like one after another started to take advantage of me. They really just started to like mess with my business and mess with me. And I got to a breaking point and I fired everybody. And I'm not saying that every single person that I hired did this to me, but a good amount of people did. And these were people I trusted. These were people that I took care of. And then I realized, Dan, what do you learn from this? Well, I learned when people are working for you. Oh, and by the way, my intention when I was hiring people, my intention was I want the people I hire to be like members of my family. Guess what? My family is not the most functional of people. I would not want anybody from my family working for me. Um, but I went in with the intention, like I want my team to become my family. And it got too personal. And then when I had to let these people go, it got to a point of no return where I could not keep these people on anymore. And it almost ruined me as a person. It almost ruined my business. And for a little while, I was really struggling because I was basically in business to support these people. Then there was a lot of conflict between team members as well. Again, I was in different programs and hired these different coaches and these different people that were all saying to do different things. And I even had someone who was helping me with certain projects who would tell me I was stupid for doing the things I wanted to do and was like, that was a dumb idea. I'm like, it's not a dumb idea because I'm in this $40,000 coaching program that's telling me to do this thing. So that person went as well. Uh, so I realized everybody that I hired, they were helping me at one point. And just like you, people who have fucked you over, people who have messed with you, you probably realize that there may have been a time where they did help you, or there may have been a time where things were going well until they weren't. And it's that until they weren't part that can really trigger us sometimes. So um, I acquired a lot of trauma from this, and I acquired a lot of resentment, a lot of anger, a lot of guilt, and also a lot of shame because I felt like I was had. And some of the people, when I fired them, made me feel so guilty that I had to fire them. It was my fault, and they made me feel so guilty. And I'm like, you know what, motherfucker, you just burned that bridge. You 100% just burned that bridge of any possibility, potential, or chance of number one, me being a good reference for you, or for you ever coming back and working on my team again. So one of the things that I did after this happened, I went back and I reevaluated and I reassessed my business. And I used this as an opportunity. And this is what so many people miss out on. When they go through any type of trauma, whether it be work trauma, whether it be personal trauma, whether it be relationship trauma, many people get stuck in that instead of looking at that as an opportunity to learn and grow. So I started saying, like, what are some of the things that really messed up that entire part of my life that I can make sure never happens again? So I put systems into place. So that way, those things cannot happen again. And if they do, it really is my fault. I put systems into place so that way I don't have to put out as many fires anymore. And if I do put out fires, they're my fault. And I got to own that and take responsibility. And do I do everything perfect now? No, I do not. Yet I take those times where things aren't living up to my standards and I change them until or so they do. And that's a thing that so many people don't do because they're so stuck in their head. But I get it. When you're in all of that turmoil, it's so easy to get stuck in your head and it's so easy to feel like you are the problem. Like Taylor Swift said, "Hi, me, I'm the problem, it's me." And often it is, and it might not be you that's a problem, but you're tolerating the problem. So people say like, how did you get to that level where you could work through it? And it took a little while, but it also took me using some of the same skills and techniques that I use with my clients as a hypnotist and as a high performance expert and a behavior modification expert. It took me using a lot of these same tools and asking myself empowering questions and exploring my own limiting beliefs and going back to my values. So here's what I discovered. Um, I am not the type of person right now that wants a team of 12 people or 10 people or 6 people that I have to manage. They're working for me. That's not the type of person I am right now. It's not the type of person I want to be right now. So that's step one is I identified kind of what I don't want and what that experience taught me about what I don't want. The other thing that I did is I started looking at what I do want. And I'm like, all right, well, some of my values are loyalty, freedom, generosity, acknowledgement or acceptance, and also like seeker, like growth. Like I'm constantly learning, constantly developing. That's my creative side. I'm like, what can I do to fulfill these values? And so then I started looking for things in my business that could fulfill those values. And one of the people that was on my team helping me at the time, I told this person, hey, like this is what I want to build because it really fulfills my values and it really just lights me up inside. You know what this person basically said? This person said to me, fuck your values. And this person said, I'm not going to help you create that because that's really dumb that you want to create that. And well, that was the end of that that relationship as well. Because I got to the point where like I'm not gonna fucking tolerate this bullshit anymore. And then I'm like, you're working for me. So that person went bye-bye too. Um, so and then I had a team of one. It was me. So then I started finding other coaches like me who built to the level that I wanted to build to with a very lean team, maybe 1 or 2 VAs or a private contractor and themselves. And I really deeply followed their journey. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really what I want. This is what calls to me. This is what speaks to me. This is exactly what I want. And that's why I started working towards. Now, guess what? Some of those people that I had let go, they had seen the new way in which I was working. And guess what they tried to do? They tried to backpedal their way back into my business and back into my life. And this is where, my friends, it's really important that you learn how to set boundaries. And boundaries for other people that you set boundaries for, it does look like, unfortunately, it looks like you're the asshole. And you know what? That's where we practice proactive radical acceptance. And you know what? You own that. And you say, yeah, I understand and I accept when I implement a boundary and I set this boundary that that person is going to perceive I'm being a huge douche canoe because they're not getting what they want. And that's okay. Because if you keep giving them what they want, guess what you're not going to get? You're not going to get what you want and you're not going to get what you need. So these are just some thought drops that I learned going through the course of growing my business, growing myself also as an individual. And oh, by the way, when all this conflict was going on in my business, how do you think I felt in my relationship? Like shit. How do you think I felt in other areas of my life? Like shit. And what do you think started to happen? I started to feel like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. That's what happened. And I'm okay saying that to you because I'm a real person helping real people. And my mind was too focused on the drama of it all to realize what was actually happening. So it took me one of my very good friends saying to me, Dan, you need to pull your fucking head out of your ass and you need to you have one foot on the brake and the other foot on the accelerator and you need to stop. And you need to walk your walk and talk your talk. And You know what I started doing? I started cutting a lot of things out of my life that didn't serve me. I let go of a 1,500 square foot training and hypnosis center. I let go of a bunch of people, like I said, who are working for me. I let go of family members, and I let go. And I trusted myself, and I got back to trusting myself again. I got back to being patient with myself, and I got back to accepting. Like I said, there are certain things we have to accept in life. And I accepted that if I stayed in that state of mind, that nothing was going to work out and I was going to lose everything. So, ironically, the exact thing that I'm talking to you about is the exact thing that I help people with. And you might be saying, well, why would we work with you if you were dealing with those same problems? That's exactly why, because I was dealing with those same problems. I was working through some of those same things, and it caused great deals of stress and anxiety. You know why it did? Oh, and also depression. You know why it did? Because I let it. I let it. I let those people in those situations weigh down on me so much because I was so focused on providing for everybody else what they needed or what I thought they needed, only to screw me over. And you know what? I learned from that, and you will too. So, one of the things that I really hope for you, I hope that you watch this video and you learn that, we all go through these things. We all go through these times in our life, and it's okay when it happens once or twice. But if it keeps happening and you keep having these fires that you're putting out, you are the arsonist. And when you are the arsonist, it means there are these stuck emotions that are living in your body that are keeping those programs running and they're keeping those patterns going. It also means that there are these beliefs that you have that are limiting you. You might not even realize that you have these beliefs. And it also means that you're sabotaging yourself because your subconscious mind has all of these programs in it that are messing with you. And like I said, sometimes we don't even realize what those programs are. And that's why I'm really, really good at working with people who have gone through very similar things of what I've gone through, or they're going through similar things as to what I've gone through. And it's for me, it's so rewarding when I get a person in my program who's just like me or just like I was, because I'm so confident that I can help them through it because I've helped myself through it. And I've also been guided through it as well. So, my friends, if you have toxicity in your life, if you have these fires that you keep putting out, stop it. Stop it. And you can stop it by changing your perspective, by changing your mind, and by changing your nervous system. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. If you want to explore more of how we do this and what it requires and what it takes, a link is below this video, my friends. And again, thank you so much for sitting with me on my couch, shooting the shit, having a real conversation. Like I always say, I'm a real person helping real people. Some people don't like that. I do get criticized by some people for sharing, but I always make sure that if I'm sharing something, that there's a lesson behind what I'm sharing. So, my friends, with that said, be well, do good, be true to who you are, and happy healing. Bye for now.